Coming up on First at 4, we'll take a look at the impact of COVID-19 on jail budgets. And can some retail businesses survive the pandemic? Some have already declared bankruptcy.
And we're going to say goodbye to the cooler temperatures and hello to those more spring-like temperatures heading into tomorrow. First at 4 is next.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, if you've watched any of Governor Andy Beshear's news conferences recently, you're probably aware of the budget deficit Kentucky faces. As WYMT's Will Puckett learned, it is not the only state facing a deficit, but our local jails and detention centers are suffering too.
We've all heard what COVID-19 is doing to state budgets, but it's also having a major impact to local budgets as well. At the jails and detention centers, inmates who were at a high risk of contracting COVID-19 were released, and there is also a halt in place to the transferring of inmates between counties. In Leslie County, jailer Danny Clark is short nearly 140 inmates. That equates to a $140,000 a month deficit to his budget. He says this is a story that can be heard all across the state. And if restrictions don't ease soon, many jailers don't know where else they can turn to.
We've had to look at everything we can look at to make cuts, and we're still hanging in. I don't know how long it can last, but we're hanging in. I've cut everything I know to cut.
Now, Clark has laid off nearly 20 employees to try and make up for that budget deficit. He said counties that rely on things that have stopped, like work release programs, are hurting to see those resume. He says if they do, they don't know if they have enough time to make up for what's been lost. In Leslie County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
A leading model for projected COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. once again raised its estimated death toll. Projections from the University of Washington, often cited by the White House, now estimate 147,000 Americans could die from COVID-19 by August 4th. That is 10,000 more deaths than a previous prediction just 2 days ago. Right now, the death toll is more than 83,000 in the United States and nearly 295,000 around the world. Seasonal businesses in the Red River Gorge normally see a big chunk of their revenue during Memorial Day weekend. Now, some are wondering if they will survive if they can't open up soon. Olivia Russell is in Powell County with more.
Memorial Day weekend is huge for tourism, but businesses around Red River Gorge are worried they'll miss one of the few opportunities during the short season while their doors are closed. Businesses like trail guides, photographers, and kayak rentals rely on the gorge and the tourists it brings. Even if businesses in the area are able to reopen, they can't actually operate on the land while it's closed. Red River Adventure is one of the kayak rental shops that has already lost half of kayaking season. That's why owner Ernie Braden reached out to other business owners to form a coalition and propose guidelines they'll follow if they're allowed to reopen. Things like wearing masks, sanitizing equipment, and safe transportation for visitors. He says some businesses risk closing completely if the shutdown lasts any longer, especially working in a seasonal industry. But Braden says it's not just about the businesses, it's also about giving people safe activities.
We want everybody to be able to come back down and enjoy the outdoors. You know, all the visitors, the people that are smiling, and just having a great time. Getting out here in the wilderness itself is a way to social distance. You can go out camping, you can have several feet, if not hundreds of feet in between campsites.
And when a date is finally announced, there's still no word on exactly which businesses can reopen and what the CDC guidelines will be. In Powell County, Olivia Russell, WKYT.
Braden says he submitted the proposed guidelines to the governor's office but has not heard if they will be approved.
Well, it's been a dreary day here in the mountains. We're going to continue to see that heading into the rest of those evening hours. But tomorrow, that forecast is looking much different. First, we're going to focus on today, though. We'll go ahead and take you up to a few of those cameras as we look along US 119, US 23. In Pikeville, you can kind of see that mixture of just kind of the gloomy conditions, rainy at times. We didn't really see the heavy rain today, but it's definitely been on the dreary side. Seen some low-lying clouds and even some fog. As we look on top of Buffalo Mountains, looking very dreary up there as well. Satellite and radar shows those lighter showers that we've seen kind of on and off throughout the day. Most of us getting a break now, but we are going to continue to see those as we head into the evening and a little bit into those overnight hours. Temperatures look to drop into about the low to mid 50, or they are in the low to mid 50s right now. They're actually expected to stay in this area heading into tonight. So clouds do start to clear out. We hang on to a few showers, but we do see those winds shift. And then we are heading into a nice warm-up heading into tomorrow. Warmer temperatures, sunshine returns for your Thursday. We'll see that sunshine continue Friday into the weekend, but we are going to bring back a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms Friday, Saturday, and even into your Sunday. I'll have those details coming up in a little bit.
All right, Paige, thank you. An inmate considered dangerous escaped from the Harlan County Jail yesterday. This is 37-year-old David Parsons. Officials say he escaped around 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Parsons is from Pike County and was convicted of felonies. Again, you should consider him dangerous, and if you see him, you should call 911 immediately. A man is behind bars in Laurel County following a drug arrest. This is 43-year-old David Pennington. Deputies say they responded to a call of an intoxicated man near a business off North Laurel Road. When they arrived, deputies say they found Pennington under the influence. During the arrest, they also found meth in Pennington's possession. He is facing drug charges. Police are searching for a suspect in a West Virginia shooting that left a woman injured. It happened shortly after midnight in the Institute area. The Kanawha County Sheriff's Office says no one has been taken into custody. Deputies say the woman at first said her daughter was the shooter, but the daughter's alibi was solid. Following that, the victim told police she did not see who shot her. The victim has a non-life-threatening injury. An investigation is now underway into the conduct of the first two district attorneys who handled the Ahmaud Arbery case. This week, Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr appointed Joyette Holmes as the fourth district attorney to this case. This after two others recused themselves, claiming a conflict with Gregory McMichaels. Carr also asked the Georgia Bureau of Investigations and the U.S. Justice Department to look into how the case was handled. Former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort was released from prison today, that after a request by his lawyers over coronavirus concerns. His attorney says Manafort will serve the rest of his term in home confinement. Manafort has been in federal prison in Pennsylvania since June 2018 for bank and tax fraud and foreign lobbying-related crimes. In their request, his lawyers outlined several health issues the 71-year-old faces, including liver and respiratory issues. The bodies of a Confederate general and his wife will be removed from a Memphis, Tennessee park. Both Memphis Green Space and the Sons of Confederate Veterans came to the agreement out of court. The terms are simple. The Sons of Confederate Veterans take possession of the two Civil War-related statues, along with all other items previously on public display, while Memphis and Shelby County put to rest an issue that has lingered for years.
Details got worked out to everybody's satisfaction, and so there was no need to continue the lawsuit.
They don't have to worry about further protest, further potential vandalism of the monuments.
The new location for the statues and the remains for General Forrest and his wife are still undecided for now. In a rare moment of unity, representatives from both organizations praised the other for being a helpful and respectful partner during the entire process.
If you're still searching for cleaning supplies like disinfectant wipes, you're not alone. I'm Naomi Rockham with how long it could be before popular cleaning products are back on store shelves.
And we'll warm up heading into tomorrow, but how long will it last? I'll have those details coming up.